bourbon, and boxing with your host Cowboy and Spade.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bourbon and Boxing. It is your man, the Cowboy here, man. Unfortunately, Spade is not with us at the moment. Hopefully, he can jump in later, man. If not, my guy has got to get some rest, and I understand that, man. So he'll catch us on the recap if possible. But today, man, is a big fight preview, guys, with with a unification fight that hasn't happened in 25 years, guys. The light heavyweight division in 25 years hasn't had a unification uh, holder, which the last guy was Roy Jones Jr. Guys, it doesn't seem like 25 years ago. I'm old as hell, guys. The I remember that. So this is incredible to get this fight, man. Big fight, Bivol versus Beterbiev, man. We've been waiting for this. For me, I feel like it's been about 3 years. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I've been wanting this fight for a really long time. These guys are absolutely the best at the lightweight division. So it's great to see both of them going toe to toe. Completely different styles, guys. Completely different styles, man. I'll tell you that right now. But let's get this shot in us, guys. A little more than a shot, but you know what I mean. We'll be sipping while we tripping. Just playing, guys. But anyways, man, look, the day, I mean, first off, welcome, guys. Like I said, welcome to the show. But today is one of the big days in boxing, man, as we're going to have Arthur Beterbiev going up to Dimitri Bivol for the light heavyweight unification belt today. This fight, like I said, is one of the best fights I think we're going to see all year, if not possibly the fight of the year. I think it's going to be that type of fight, guys. You have two completely different styles. You got the boxer and Bivol, and they with the IQ, great foot movement, great hands. He can move around that ring. We've all seen him box. We've seen him outbox Canelo Alvarez, which I just thought maybe just more of a size thing, man. Has an incredible jab on him. And, he proved to me in his last fight he looked a lot better than what he has previously. But look, man, a lot of people are absolutely not even giving better be the respect to say, look, this guy Arthur Beterbiev has 100% knockout rate, guys. 20 and 0, if I'm correct, with 20 knockouts. You got to give that. You got to respect that, and you got to give him a chance. I don't feel like a lot of people are giving Beterbiev the chance. I think I give him a pretty good chance, man. I think this is going to be a hell of a fight, and it's going to come down to which style is going to take over that fight. Is Bivol going to be able to move around enough to kind of wear Beterbiev down from chasing him around the ring and then using that jab to set up bigger punches? Or is Beterbiev going to be able to wear Bivol down by making him move more and then cornering him and cutting the ring off like we see him do and then utilizing that power that he has, man? I think this is going to be a game of chess, not checkers, because you got two really high IQ guys in there, man, and they're both looking to just throw down, man. Throw down. They're both out there to win. They're both champions. So that's another thing. You got two champions. It's not one guy holding all the belt and another guy coming in. He's the number one contender. We've got two champions, guys. Even though Beterbiev holds, I want to say, three of the four belts, but still, Bivol has a belt also. So this is a championship caliber, two championship caliber fighters going up against each other. And I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. Right now, I've got it on my television. And I'm telling you guys, go pay it. I mean, let's prove Turkey Al Sheik right. Oh, my boy is here with us. Look at that. What is going on, my guy Spade? Welcome to the show, man. I was hoping you were able to jump in, but I know you're tired, my guy. I know you're tired. What is going on, man?
What's up, brother?
No, not much, brother. Not much, man. Just going over this big fight weekend preview we got going on, watching the card a little bit right now as the undercard's going on. Not the main undercard. It looks like just, a few fights underneath that. But how the hell's your day going, man? Did you get you some rest?
Not enough, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Working hard, man. You ready for this big fight today?
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm gonna miss it though.
Man, oh, you got to go to work or what's going on?
Yep. I gotta go back in.
Damn. My
This
God.
this my weekend, Sunday to
Mhm.
Sunday.
All right. Well, shit,
Sunday
man.
my
That's
last Sunday night. Monday morning I get off.
hell yeah. Next two. So I'm just sitting back, got me a little bit of bourbon going already, just
Mm-hmm.
relaxing, going over this fight right now, talking about Beterbiev versus Bivol, of course. First time unification in 25 years. We have an opportunity to watch today. Unbelievable. And what we can see, two champions going at each other. What's your thoughts on this fight, man? Who you liking? Have you had an opportunity to check these guys out? I know you've seen Bivol and
Yeah,
Better
I
Be
see
Beef. I
Bavard.
think I've hipped you to before on that guy. Uh,
I I seen Bavard. I don't know. I can't. I ain't even gonna lie, cause I don't want to just pick just to be picking nobody. So I just damn man. I'm sorry. I gotta. I'm sorry. I gotta go to work, bro. For real, bro. I'm sorry, man. Damn, man. I'm
what
so
time you got to
sorry.
be there?
Uh, I leave out the house at like 5:45,
Oh,
5:30.
damn, right.
But
That's
I
right.
gotta be there at 6. I gotta be there at 6. I mean, well, we clock in at 6:38.
Okay, yeah, yeah, that's right around the main card right there. I think 6 o'clock is what they're shooting for, and around 6 o'clock for a start time on that. Uh,
Dang.
man, like I said, these two guys are gonna trying to unify this division. Two completely different styles, man. That's what I think my curiosity really is on this fight. Is that you got a guy like Bivol who can move, can box, good ring
Yeah,
IQ, and then you got a guy like Beterbiev who's not a dummy, good ring IQ, but he's more the aggressive power puncher.
yeah,
And with the 100% knockout ratio, the last guy we saw with that was who was the guy, the Spanish guy, Mexican guy that killed his wife and then killed himself in prison. I can't remember his name, but he was the only other guy with a 100% knockout rate like Better Beef has. So I mean, in the end, it's like a chess match. What style is going to take over that fight?
yeah,
And is Better Beef going to be able to wear Bivol down by making him move more, cornering him, and using those power punches, or is Bivol going to be able to wear Better Beef down by making him move more?
using
You
his
know,
reach.
yeah, getting out of his reach, using his jab to his
Cause
advantage.
Bavard a bigger fighter, right?
Yeah, he is. He is. I thought Beterbiev was bigger than what he was, but he looked small compared to Bivol. So that jab and that reach is definitely going to be something that could come into play. And then, the question is that can he outbox Beterbiev for 12 rounds and get a big enough punch or get do enough to get the decision in that fight? What do you think this comes down to? We're going to see a knockout. We're going to see a decision. What do you think, man? And we're going to be surprised.
On that, I'm gonna pick. Damn. I want to say is the ref gonna stop it. If I think the ref gonna stop
Okay,
it,
so
not a TKO type of
uh,
thing.
stop it.
I
Okay.
don't think it's gonna be no KO. I don't think nobody gonna get knocked out. But I think Bivol he fight from what I've seen, he fight safe. He ain't gonna make too many mistakes where he's gonna let you get that advantage to knock him out. But I done heard Better be is a good pressure fighter and he's coming forward no matter what. So
Yeah, that's where I want to see if Bival's like. I think it's going to come down to speed and how long he
speed,
can move and utilize. But I think he's got to move and punch at the same time. Like not allowing him like continue like keep him at bay with that jab and
yeah,
make it every time he comes in just catching. Every time he comes in catching. But Bivol, I mean, Better be man. I honestly, everybody has favored Bivol in the fight. I'm honestly going to favor Better be even with the styles. Honestly, I don't know. Better be something about him. Uh, it's hard aggressive. I don't know if Bivol has enough power to knock him down or knock him out.
mm-hmm,
But I mean, I don't know if we've ever seen either of these guys really face adversity. So we won't know until we actually see it, right? If Bivol
okay,
gets caught with a big punch, how's he going to react?
right,
And then
right,
if
right, yeah.
Better be gets caught, how's he going to react?
Yeah,
So
that come down to it too always. That's always the major fact, especially if you ain't never seen them from both of them guys. How could they handle adversity? That's what I like seeing out of a fighter. The adversity first. The skill set gonna be there, but I love to see the adversity on a fighter.
yeah,
All right, that's
yeah,
what I love to see. I was gonna ask you. So okay, so where would you put Bivol if on your pound for pound list if he was to win undisputed?
And I'd have to move him into my top five because I want to say I got him and Beterbiev in my uh, pound for pound rankings. I've got Beterbiev above Bivol in my power rankings,
All right,
pound for.
I got
But
another question.
I would definitely
One
have to
more.
put him up there with the innoways and shit.
All right, one more. If Bivol was to go undisputed, would you rather see him move up to fight Usyk and test his will, or would you want to see him fight the winner between David Morrell and David Benavidez? Or
All right,
would you want to see him get the Canelo rematch? I gave you three options. Pick
that
wisely.
is that's some great options. Here's my number
Yeah,
one
them some
question.
great
To
options,
every
ain't
one of
it?
them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you one question for all of it. It
Okay.
depends on how this fight goes. If this is a close fight, we see these guys have the fight of the year. We
Mhm.
got to run it back. So the number one
Okay.
option should be a rematch. If this is a great fight, I want to see a
Okay.
rematch.
On some
You know,
Usyk and Tyson
yeah,
Fury.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Usyk Tyson Fury, and then after that, I don't think Canelo should. I don't want to see the Canelo fight at all. I
Yeah.
think the winner because you're not going to get the Bivol versus or the David Benavidez versus Morrell fight, which is on our news. We're not going to get that fight till January 25th. Supposedly is the date I'm hearing, but that could change. I don't think anything's in writing. So,
Hmm.
which means that's going to delay a fight between, Bivol or Beterbiev against any of those guys.
Right.
So, why not set up an early rematch if the fight is great? Get a February rematch going. And then by summertime, you can have another unification fight with Beterbiev or, Benavidez or Morrell, the winner of that fight.
Right. Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So you rather see a rematch before anything if it's a good fight?
If it's a good fight. Now, a lot of people I know don't like rematches, and I don't. If I'm correct, there's no mandatory rematch in this fight,
Yeah.
so it's just like a one time deal between both fighters. So there's no guarantee that a rematch that the guy, if Bivol wins, he might say, you know what, I want to move to the next guy. I want a
Right.
Benavidez fight, or I want a Morrell fight, or I'll take another Canelo fight but the only way I think a Canelo fight happens is if Turkey Al Sheik gets involved to throw the right money at Bivol because Canelo's already made it clear he's not going to pay him any more than what he paid him in the last fight. And Bivol's like, look, I beat you, so why would I
Oh
give him?
yeah, Canelo on some bullshit. Yeah,
But
I wouldn't want to see that fight anyway. To be honest,
neither would
that was
I.
just
Neither would
something
I.
I'd throw out there.
Yeah, but that is an option I've heard all week also that, Canelo could possibly be another fight for him. Even Better Beav has talked about, a Canelo fight possibly, that he
Right.
would fight Canelo, which I think that would be a hell of a fight with both of their powers and styles. That would be styles make fights. That would
Yeah.
be a pretty damn good fight because, like I said, Better Beav is not as big as I thought he was, size wise.
Oh no, you saying Beterbiev and Canelo would be a good fight?
I think it
I
would
was
be a
gonna ask you that too, but I was trying to let you answer the question. But you know how we is.
yeah, you,
We jump we could
we
jump
just
here and there. But nah, yeah, I think yeah, I love to see that fight with them too. But I think he was. I seen Better Be fight, but I forgot. Was it another Mexican fighter he fought? It was
I think it was
somebody.
just a year ago he fought, maybe a little longer than a year ago, because he was
Yeah,
on last year. I know that.
yeah,
Uh,
he fought somebody because that's when I think you got me hit to him, and I watched him a
yeah,
little bit. Yeah,
heck yeah.
but yeah,
Fight,
I love to see him fight Canelo too.
yeah, absolutely, man. I think that styles make fight. That would be an exciting little fight with both of them having some power to them, both around the same size. Uh, they both like to fight inside, so that would be a hell of a fight. Check it out, guys. Tonight, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia is where the fight's going to be at. Start time is going to be at 2 p.m. and it's on now. I'm currently watching some undercard fights.
Is
It's
that?
going to be
Oh,
around the 6 p.m. start time, main card in the U.S. over here. You can get the pay-per-view undercard for $15, guys. $15 for this undercard, man. You can't beat it. And if you got ESPN Plus, you're going to get the main card for free. And if you have the zone, you can actually get the undercard on the zone. But $15 for an undercard, and then the main card is free for anybody who's got ESPN Plus. You're going to get that fight, the main one, on there with your subscription. I mean, you can't beat that. I'm hoping a lot of people turn out and buy this pay per view just so we can, keep that on track with that pricing. I want them. I want it to become the norm, and I think the only way that happens is if we show out and we purchase that $15, pay per view. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, you can't beat $15, man. That's not bad at all.
Did the Ben Whitaker dude win?
He's not been on yet. That is my most anticipated fight. I was going to ask you.
Nah, he had been on.
No, no, he hasn't been on yet.
I
I've
thought
been
I just
watching.
seen some highlights of him and he fighting Eubanks.
No, no, no. Eubanks is the co-main event. Eubank is going to be fighting. I got the card on here. Oh, did I? Oh man, I might not have put the card on here today, guys. Might have been slipping and tripping. I did. I did not put the card on here, but Eubanks is the co-main event on that card. Uh, you know, and it's overall, man, it's a really great card overall. You can't beat it. You got a couple championship fights on there. Sky Nichols will be defending her belt. Uh, man, let's look on here. I got the schedule up on on the Bourbon and Boxing page on Facebook, guys. So if you go on there, you can join the group on Bourbon and Boxing. Just send your invite, and if you're a true boxing fan, you'll get right in. But you're gonna have of course, Chris Eubanks Jr. versus Camille Salmita as a middleweight fight. That's a co-main event. Then you're going to get Fabio Wardley, who is a champion, versus Fraser Clark, going up for the British heavyweight title. That's going to be before that. Then Ja Opatia is a champion versus Jack Macy for the IBF and the ring cruiserweight titles. Ben Whitaker will be going up against Liam Camro for the light heavyweights, as light heavy in the light heavyweight division. Sky Nichols will be defending her belt against Raven Chapman for the WBC featherweight title, guys. We just watched, if I'm correct, Muhammad Alakil, unless that's a fight coming up right now, versus Jesus Gonzalez. Uh,
Carmel fighting today, right? On that card?
Carmel, I don't see him on the card. No.
Oh, who you say?
It's well, right now it looks like Muhammad Alaki versus Jesus Gonzalez is a fight that we're getting. Yeah, that's a fight I think we're getting right now. Are they actually? Who is this right now? No. Yeah, yeah, I think that's who we got coming up right now. I'm watching it live on here. But guys, man, like I said, you can't beat the pay per view price. I don't want to tell anybody to do what to do with their money. You know what I mean? But $15, man, come on, we cannot beat that. Here's all the information at the bottom on how you can watch it. Check all that out. And like I said, what does this fight? Check this out. Got a question for you. What does this fight mean for both of these fighters? And could this be a trilogy, possible trilogy fight, or is that holding up the division too much? 3 fights.
Uh, I don't really think it's holding up the division. I'm gonna answer that question first. I don't think it's holding up the division for the simple fact that ain't too many guys in that division right now. Guys is
Yeah,
moving their way up to, like we got Benavidez and Morrell fighting now in that division. So it's like it's really no stand
yeah,
out guys at light heavyweight right now. Like them the two biggest names. So a
yeah,
trilogy probably too much, but a rematch, I mean, but if the same person win the rematch, then we don't need no trilogy. You know how that go. But
yeah.
if
Absolutely, can't be too
but
low.
but if was a fifth, or if was some bourbon, we
Yeah,
can't be drunk, right? But I'm gonna say, snap, man. I want to say, um, what would these fights do for these fighters, man? Let me see. I think it'll put Bivol, because it seemed like Bivol got the bigger name. I'm not gonna lie. Seemed like he got the bigger name.
weirdly enough, I feel like Beterbiev has the better resume, and I mean outside of Canelo, but like I said, Canelo moving up to 175, he was at a disadvantage. Number one in
Yeah,
that fight, the size, the length, and all that. I just feel like that wasn't a good matchup for a guy like Canelo. Sometimes you jump up a little too much, bite off more than what you could chew. So it's hard for
yeah,
me to put that fight in that category, but you can't ignore that fight either. You know what I mean? You
right.
can't ignore it. But I feel like exactly what you're saying. Bivol somewhat has a bigger name, seems to be more favored in this fight by all the big professionals out
Yeah,
there.
because I feel like his
Obviously,
name got mentioned a lot after the Canelo fight. Not gonna lie, because when
yeah, he
Canelo,
blew up after that.
yeah,
Yeah,
because when he fought Canelo, It was like, who the fuck is Canelo fighting? Like, he gonna beat him. He moving up. Like, first it was supposed to be a cruiserweight fight, and then he moved up to light heavyweight. And we was like, who the fuck is dude? Like, man, he about to beat
Yeah.
him. You
I
feel me?
knew him, but I didn't think he was like, I didn't know him like we do now.
Like
Like
a
now
technique,
we're more
like his
like,
skill
oh
set.
shit. Yeah,
His skill
exactly. We
set.
didn't know that skill set exactly, 100%. We didn't know his skill set and what he really possessed. Now
You
we've
know
seen,
what really brought my attention to him? And it wasn't a Canelo fight. It was the fight he just had. I'm like, oh nah, dude,
oh, yeah,
nice for real.
yeah,
But
yeah. He
it seemed
really,
like in weight, his body was bigger than the other dude. Like he was bigger, naturally bigger than dude. But just the simple fact, like, oh yeah, he do know how to box. Now, as far as like people say move and all that, as the guys get bigger than me, I just don't be having the eye for their movement. Like it just seems like
yeah,
they be slugging. Like, but far as him using his reach, jabbing, like he's like a bigger Earl Spence to me. A
yeah,
bigger Earl Spence. He goes off the basics. It ain't nothing spectacular about him. He gonna win how he wanna win. He's not gonna play into how you want to. He's not gonna slug it out with you. I know that for a fact. But if his reach and power and boxing is working, he's gonna press forward on you. I do know that. I do know that he will come forward if the fight is going his way. He-
yeah, absolutely. With if he sees a weakness and he sees that he can
Yeah,
push you, then he's
yeah,
definitely going to do it. But he'll fill you out. And I think the biggest thing he already knows going into the better B fight, he already knows the power that he's coming up against. I mean, he's even kind of made that comment like, look, I know how to box. It's just, taking this punch is going to
right,
be my biggest test, is how I take one of his punches. So he already knows going in what the biggest threat is, and that's the punch.
right.
So I think he's going to play it safe. I
So
think he's going to move. He's going to use his jab and his size to keep him at bay and not really allow him to come in and slingshot that shot off. Uh, but man, I think this is going to be a hell of a fight overall, though, guys.
I got a question for you. So
Go
do
ahead,
you
go ahead.
think we got it? So do this fight kind of resembles a no? Because I can't say that, but I'm gonna say it. I can say it, but I'm not gonna say it. As far as matching them up, like they both styles is similar to these guys, but bless me. Do this fight?
But
Do this fight give you Tank and Shakur vibes?
man, I honestly, fuck, that's probably the best. Like that.
I'm
That's a
coming
really
with
good
heat today, brother. I'm coming with
Really
heat.
good analogy, honestly, just for the fact that you have almost the same thing. Tank being a more aggressive, powerful puncher, and
Yeah,
Shakur being the more finesse style fighter. So
yeah,
it is a bigger weight division version of that fight, honestly. Uh, and I would have to say because Beterbiev has that type of IQ like Tank does. Like
yeah,
he's aggressive, but he knows how to be aggressive. He
yeah,
doesn't over aggress and step to where he's going to open himself up to punches. He
yeah,
does it in a style that he like before you know it, you're like, God damn, dude, how did he land that? How did he get inside? Like,
yeah,
but you find yourself just walking backwards when you're
yeah,
fighting a guy. You better be the same with Tank. You saw it with Frank Martin. The whole fight, he was just fighting backwards, trying to defend and throw punches,
yeah,
defend,
yeah,
counter, and throw a punch because he was just on the back foot the whole fight.
yeah. It was.
So the question is can Bivol fight off the back foot?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a test for him. So yeah, I think the analogy, this is definitely pretty much up there with that style of fight, very similar to what I think we might get from a Shakur versus Tank fight. The only thing is, I feel like maybe Better Beef could take more of a punch, or I
Bivol.
don't know, man. Could Bivol take more of a punch than Shakur? We haven't seen Shakur get tapped like that.
Yeah, I
We
haven't.
don't know
You
how
know
his
the
chin can hold up.
one fighter I really seen like light Shakur up in buses was the dude he just fought.
Yes, he had landed. Yeah, he landed some solid punches on him for sure.
Yeah, that's the
But did
first
that
person
dude?
I ever seen like land combinations where it was like, oh, he tagging his ass right
Yeah,
here.
yeah. And he tagged him and made you think like, hold on, man. If Tank hit him with
Yeah,
guns, how's he gonna react to Tank power? on those clean punches that he was getting hit with. I think a lot of his issue is if you see him, sometimes he'll lean back and
Yeah,
bring his gloves here and leaves his whole side over here open while leaning
yeah.
back. It's like maybe a little flaw that he has, but I don't know. I like that analogy. Great. That would be a very similar matchup. Kind of what I think we're going to get tonight. Man, just a chess match. It's really going to come down to what style's going to take over that fight, guys. What style's going to take over. The co-main event, like we talked about, is Chris Eubanks Jr. Uh, and then in the middleweight, he's 33-3, going up against his opponent 25-2. There are no belts at stake for that fight. But on the undercard, though, there are quite a few belts on the line. Fabio Wardley versus Fraser Clark. This is the second time these two guys have fought. Really good first fight. Wardley got the win in that fight. He holds the belt currently. Jao Petit will be up against Jack Macy. Another tough fight. And of course, I love Sky Nicholson a lot. I don't know much about Raven Chapman, but we might find out about it tonight. The most anticipated fight for me is Ben Whitaker because I'm really interested to see his style.
He like heavyweight too.
What the fuck is Eubanks? Eubanks is on now.
Now I'm telling you, I think Ben Whitaker fought, brother.
Damn, did they start these at noon? They said it was starting at 2 p.m. I'm
Because when I
salty.
got up, I checked
Man,
real
this
quick.
can't be the co-main event. Nah, this would be too early for the main event to be coming on.
Yeah,
What the
because look, when I got up, I hurried up because I seen your message say 2 o'clock. I'm like, damn. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
let me
what it
check.
says on all my start times, 2 p.m.
I'm like, let
I'm
me
like,
check real quick, make sure I ain't tripping because I'm thinking I'm thinking you went and
yeah,
started the show already before. Like, all right, the fights come on there too, so I'm gonna go ahead and
damn.
I'm gonna do the
Ain't
show.
no way. They said the main event would be around 6 o'clock. It's going on 3 o'clock right now. And we're at the co-main event already.
Shit, I hope I get shit. Let it be that, brother.
Shit.
I
I
hope I
mean,
get to
let it
see the
be.
fight.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. You'll get to watch that fight, actually. So, shit. Yeah, that works out better for you. I mean, I don't know
Man.
how I got these times mixed up like this, but sorry about that, guys. My misinformation on my boxing scene and my sporting news site that I like to use. You guys
It's
got me.
all right. It's all right. Players
But
fuck
like we
up.
said, I hate it because I missed that Ben Whitaker fight because that's who I was most looking forward to seeing fight.
Yeah, I wanted to
Was
see him
Ben
too. That's
Whitaker.
why I asked you. That's why I asked you that. Like, and it's
Damn, I'm
crazy.
salty.
It's crazy because we both just we boxing. We into
Yeah.
this boxing shit because
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of people don't probably even know who we talking about right now. You
You
know what
know
I'm
what's
saying?
crazy is it didn't even show a 2 p.m. start. Like it wouldn't even let me watch it on my pay-per-view event till 2 p.m.
What?
Yeah. So that's fucking like that's weird because I couldn't start it till 2 p.m. Like I turned it on and it said the event hasn't started. And then at 2 p.m. It started up. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, I
man,
hope
I'm
that shit come on about 4:30.
man,
I
they better
probably
give my
see it the whole
$15.
fight.
Better give my $15 refund. I ain't playing. Yo, I'm
Oh,
missing
but
all the
but
card.
but to go back to your question though, because I kind of skipped over it. You said what would this fight do for both fighters, right?
Yeah.
Um, I wouldn't know, man. I think it's like, and then when you say that, it's like the Tyson Fury and Usyk. Like, depending on if we get a great fight, it's like we got to see it again to
Yeah.
determine that situation. Because
Yeah.
I feel like Tyson Fury really had Usyk for real.
I feel like he did too, and I think he knows he did. And he even said I played around too much.
He
I was
did.
enjoying
We
this
would both
too
see
much.
the nose
We
shot
saw him. Yeah.
took him out the whole fight.
Yeah.
So
So he even knows that he played around, and I even said it in that round. And what was it? Sixth, seventh, eighth round, something like that. Eighth round, I think it was when he got caught. I even said, "You can't take a break against Usyk.
yeah, you did.
He's a smart
You
fucking
did.
man."
You
And as soon as
did.
I said that, he got caught fucking
You
around,
did.
taking a break. I said, "You can't do that. You have to fight every fucking round with this guy, like you do
Yeah.
the first round. You take a break, he's going to make you pay because he's coming forward. He's not a
Yeah.
dumb. He's a smart guy. He's looking at every round on how he can get around those punches that he
Yeah.
couldn't get around. And the only way he could do it was when Fury decided to take a round off, and it bit him in
Yeah.
the ass, and it fucked him.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's a little bit different for each fighter what this fight means because Beterbiev being the older fighter, if he unifies the division, let's say it's a close fight, he says, "Yeah, let's have a rematch." Outside of that, once he unifies the division, what else does he have to prove? Does he step aside? Does he retire?
I ain't got to prove shit if you unified. I feel like
Yeah. Once he does that, I think that more
once
cements his
you, I
legacy.
feel like this just like my bad to cut you off,
Go ahead.
but this just like when you're an older fighter. So say such as Terrence Crawford. After he unified and beat Earl Spence to fight everybody wanted to see, I feel like he ain't had nothing else to prove. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as this the fight everybody want to see with Better be and but see it goes as far as how the opponent gets done. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because we might want to see that fight again, or we might want to see that fighter that done that fighter like that. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's so much shit you could toss up, like how Earl Spence got did by Terrence Crawford. I didn't want to see the fight again. Now, if it was a close,
No, no, no,
good fight,
no.
yeah. And after that, how he did Earl Spence is like, damn, well, we want to see Terrence Crawford do somebody else like that. Who else
Yeah.
can he do like that? But I feel
Yeah.
like if it was a close fight and Terrence Crawford won, we wouldn't want to really, we wouldn't be talking about who we want to see him fight next. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like, okay, Tyson Fury and Usyk. It was a close, good ass fight. So it's like, we want to see that again because it was too close.
Yeah.
Anything could
Yeah.
have happened.
Yeah, because we
Tyson
saw
could,
Fury
Tyson,
dominate the first part of the fight, and then
yeah,
we saw Usyk,
yes,
win the last
yes,
part of the fight, and
yes.
and then
Now,
the
if we
last
would have
two rounds
seen,
were 50-50, and it was
uh,
just man, that was a fucking
yes,
fight. You
now,
had as soon as it was done, you said, "I gotta watch, I gotta see this again. I gotta see these two guys again."
yeah. So if
That's what I'm
Usyk,
hoping to see tonight. That's what I'm
yeah,
hoping to see today. That same
yeah,
effect to say, bro, I want to see this fight again. Like
right,
that's what I'm hoping is because I've been anticipating it. I feel like for 3 years. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah.
So that's just like if Usyk would have dominated Tyson Fury, we wouldn't have want to see it again.
No, we were like, who's
You know what I'm
next?
saying? So it'd be
Yeah,
a up and up, like, cause for real, if Usyk would have dominated him, we'd have been like, oh, well, Usyk could retire now. He done did what he needed to do. He did it all. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Our
So
two
it be it,
divisions.
but the heavyweight shit kind of so, eh. So it's like uh, we can't really say like who would he fight next. You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah,
Terrence Crawford, he got a lot of options. He can fight next. So it just be so. It's that's what make boxing boxing because it's like you feel me?
yeah.
Like,
Because you
but
either got the talent in the division or you don't. Like you
yeah,
were talking about with the light heavyweight division outside of Bivol and Beterbiev before Morel and Benavidez moved up. We're like, who the hell else is really in that division and
right,
challenging these guys? You didn't have
right,
anybody. So it was like these guys really have no choice but to fight each other. If you want to make money, who
right.
else are you going to fight that we want to see you fight?
Yeah,
At this point, there was nobody in the division that was worth watching, just like the 160 division. Same way, the guys that should be fighting, Carlos Adames and Dana Beck, aren't fighting. It's just a
right.
stagnated ass division.
Yeah,
Like they put Jana Beck in like a week ago, which I guess we should recap those fights, but it wasn't like I said, it was just. I mean, Jana Beck's a champion at 160. We watched him fight a guy that I've never really heard much about. For some reason, he was a mandatory for him to fight in the IBF, if I'm correct. Uh, once again the mandatories that don't make sense. This guy had being his mandatory. How is Carlos Adames not a fucking mandatory? How is he not
right,
the number one contender on every single fucking person's belt? The WBO, WBC, IBF. How these all are have different rankings just baffle me sometimes when it's an obvious like Carlos Adames should be the fucking contender.
right,
Even a Chris Eubanks would have been a better fight, but regardless, I don't know how it happened, but it wasn't even a fight worth. I mean, the dude he's a champion and he was fighting with maybe 1,500 people in the crowd.
right.
A little arena in a place I never heard of, somewhere in Australia, if I'm correct. And just, small event for a guy who was a champion, but, once again, just stagnated divisions. But Yeah, but like you said, I think it all really kind of depends on what we're gonna see. Going into some boxing news, man. I tell you what, man, I dug up some good news. We've been talking about this one the whole time already. David Benavidez and David Morrell reported to be a done deal, except for January 25th. I'd like to hear that. That means we won't get David Benavidez in December like we thought we were going to get, but we do got some good fights coming up in December. Some news that just dropped on my lap, and I was like, "Holy shit! How did I miss this?" Here we go. Manuel Navarrete is going to do a rematch with Oscar Valdez, and they've agreed to a rematch in Arizona on December 7th. Uh, but what makes that fight, which I think is a step back for Navarrete to go back to Valdez, who he beat the brakes off of. Uh,
Oh, are they fighting again?
yeah, I mean, it should be a title fight with him and Foster, who is with Top Rank. If Foster wins his fight, you could have set that fight up for the beginning of the year with him and Navarrete. So that doesn't make much sense. You know what I'm saying? But I guess Lamont Rhodes fighting Tank
Kind of
might
mixed
have,
everything up. Kind
yeah,
of fucked that.
yeah, make everything.
It messed that division up. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It kind of stagnated that division for a little bit, man. Because we had Lamar Roach fighting. We had him fighting. I can't think it. Ray Foster. We had him
Yeah.
fighting Foster.
Yep. We had him and Foster getting down. Should have been the fight that was next.
Yeah.
But
So
we know what happened with that situation. But on the undercard of that, the co-main event of that is the much anticipated Rafael Espinoza and Robisi Ramirez rematch that was around the same time last year that we saw, where Robisi took a loss to Espinoza, put Espinoza on the scene, and I've watched him one time since. This should be a great rematch. Looking forward to this. This is going to be the co-main event to the Valdez versus Navarrete fight. So that's a good card for December 7th from Top Rank, man. Super pumped up. What's your thoughts on that little card right there, December 7th, uh, with the Robisi rematch on that as a co-main event?
who real BC fighting?
He's going to be fighting Rafael Espinoza, man. The guy he lost to around a year ago in December. It would be
I mean
about a
that's
year in December.
that's a decent card. It ain't nothing I'm looking forward to, but I looking forward. That's the card with Foster, right?
Yeah, yeah. No,
I mean I'm looking.
that'd be the card with Emmanuel Navarrete as a main event.
Oh, okay. I mean
And
that
I
ain't
think
really nothing I'm looking for because I feel like Navarrete beat the fuck out of Oscar
yeah.
Valdez. You know
So
what
I
I'm saying?
think that should be the co-main event, and the Robisi Espinoza fight should be because that was a really close fight. That was a really good fight overall. Both guys knocked each other down. Espinoza just kind of took it by a hair. Really great fight by decision. I
Yeah,
think that should be the main event on that card, and then Navarrete and Valdez should be the co-main event on that card.
yeah.
So,
I really ain't hip to the the co-main event fighters, but
man, check both out. Both are really good fighters. Espinoza reminds me of a lightweight Pandora. His
Pandora.
size,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's what you've been talking about. Yeah, I probably did, bro. Sometimes I'll be like, oh
yeah.
yeah, bro.
You watched him earlier this
Yeah,
year. He fought,
yeah,
and
because
I
I think
told
I
him,
remember I was saying like, yeah, bro. He remind. Yeah, yeah. I remember who you're talking about. I just got to see his face again.
yeah,
But I
yeah,
remember that because we were saying that like he like a friend door. He tall as hell for that weight class.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, news. Now we heard that Pandora Crawford was supposed to happen. They were in to make agreement. They gave Crawford 10 more days to send an offer or whatever to accept an offer in the Pandora fight. Now Pandora has said that now I'm going to fight Spence instead. The only problem with that is choosing him to fight Spence over Crawford. The WO's response to Pandora must comply with the WBO rules and fight an active world rated contender. Spence moving to
Mm-hmm.
154. He is not a ranked 154 fighter.
Right.
So in response, the WBO's lead attorney told Boxing Scene Thursday that if Pandora takes that fight against Spence, right now
Right.
that Pandora would be stripped of his belt. What's your
Okay.
thoughts on?
Um. Yeah. I mean, how the fuck? I mean, all due respect to Earl Spence, but come on, man. That's what's wrong with boxing. How you jumping
Yeah,
up?
How you
After
jumping live?
how you jumping up after you got demolished to fight
Yeah,
another champ? And this fight ain't gonna be easy for you, my guy. I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie. It's not gonna be easy as far as how people think it is. But it might be though, because he might can walk through that shit. But I feel like if Fedora uses his reach, it's gonna be because Earl Spence just I don't know. He a come for a fighter. He don't know how to fight off his back foot. So
yeah,
um we ain't seen Earl Spence fight off his back foot really. Even with the Terrence Crawford, he couldn't even fight off his back foot, so that kind of got him demolished because he had to come towards the pressure.
oh
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So
yeah,
so but besides all that, I really don't think he should be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like, no,
yeah,
like we don't want to see you jump all the way up and get a title fight. Like, no, bro. No. You
yeah. I
should
mean,
be
even Crawford after beating Spence the way he did, he didn't jump up and get a title fight at 154.
Yeah.
He had to
Yeah.
fight for a turn belt, against that top 10 contender,
Right.
uh, and who he fought,
Right.
Masvidal.
Right.
So I mean, you can't just jump up and skip the line and go straight for the champion coming out, especially off a loss like he did at the welterweight against Terrence Crawford. So, I mean, I like what the WBO did here, pretty much stepping in saying, yeah, you can take this fight and then fight Crawford afterwards.
Right.
But the fact is that we're going to strip you of the belt, just give it to Crawford. And then when he gets the belt, then it's up to him if he wants to fight you.
Right.
And so then that could end up biting Fedora in the ass unless they make him the mandatory to fight Crawford, like they did with Crawford and Fedora, if they strip him of the belt and give it to Crawford. But in my opinion, I just think, honestly, it's nice to see the WBO step in, make that decision. And it's not because I dislike Spence, because I don't. I
Yeah,
like
I
him
wanted
as
to
a
say that
fighter.
too. I wanted to say that too. I ain't no
Yeah,
Spence hater. I fuck with Spence. I just fuck with Crawford a little bit more. And I feel like at the end of the day, right is right. You should not be able to just jump up and now you going back down and you was to get a title fight at 147 would be cool. But for you to jump up to a whole nother weight class, no, that should
yeah,
not. That should not be what it is, man.
yeah. You got to
That-
get in line, fight that number 10 guy, fight that number nine,
Yeah,
get yourself in
yeah.
that top 10 ranking before you can even think of it, man.
Or
To
fight
fight a
Matrimon. He should have fought Matrimon.
Yeah, exactly. Should have fought, Madrimov or, even like I said, anybody in that top 10, Virgil Ortiz, guys like that.
Yeah.
He's not a belt holder. He's a contender, like pretty much what Spence would be coming up to 154. But yeah, I'd like to see that, them jumping in, man. I almost skipped over some fights going on this week. Japan, man. I'll tell you what, Japan's putting on some fights this weekend. And I don't know if I got it down at the bottom, but I was pretty sure I put this in. But 1 second here. Let me see. I thought I had it on here, but yeah, here we go. Sunday and Monday, you're going to get 7 championship title fights in Tokyo. We're going to see 7 title fights, one including the brother of Inoue, Tacoma Inoue, defending his title, and Juno Nakatani, who is a contender to Inoue, defending his title. Also, both going on Sunday and Monday. So if you get up early enough, guys, but don't forget these are also on ESPN Plus. So you don't really have to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning for these fights on Sunday and Monday. You can just catch them, rewatch them on your, if you got ESPN Plus, you can rewatch those fights later, which is probably what I'm going to do Sunday because this is a lot of good fights going on in Tokyo, man. I like to see this happen because I like to see Nakatani prove his point and then get an opportunity to fight in a way and get that fight going by next year, man. I think that'd be a hell of a fight.
Is that this Sunday?
Yep, this Sunday and Monday. It's going to be back to back title fights going on. I want to say Tacoma Inoue will be fighting Sunday, and then Juno Nakatani will be fighting on Monday. Don't quote me on it, but I think that's what's going on. But in between that, it's going to be 7 title fights in Japan
Okay.
during that time. So, some good contenders on there. But like I said, some of them guys got to start coming out of Japan.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, man. Let's talk Tim Tszyu next week. Our big fight next week. Tim Tszyu back in the ring against not for sure how to pronounce the guy's name. We'll skip the name. But next weekend he'll be fighting in his return after his loss to Fedora. Back in the U.S., he wants to do back-to-back fights here in the U.S. He actually turned down a fight over in Australia to come back over here to the States because he really wants to make a name for himself over here. I think this is a great,
That's
great
good.
opportunity.
Yeah,
And
that's
yeah,
good.
yeah, and it's a free fight on Amazon. Amazon's first free fight that they're going to give the public. So make sure we tune in for that, man. I want to get, I don't know how long they'll be with Amazon, but you know, this fight they kind of are advertising a little bit more, which I like to see. Maybe they're coming around to how they're supposed to do things there, and but we'll see. I think this is a great opportunity for Tim Tszyu to get his footing back after a loss. Wasn't a tough loss, man, because I think if he doesn't get cut, I think he wins that fight. I'll be honest with you, but I definitely want to see him get back into that contender. And then, hey, if Fedora wants to fight Spence, why not Crawford versus Tszyu next? If Tszyu wins this fight, what do you think about that one?
That'd be a nice one. I'd love to see that. I was
Yeah,
hoping he did win that fight so we could have got that. That's what
yeah,
I was
yeah,
thinking. But uh, yeah, I mean, so be it. That'd be a good fight. Even though I know Crawford probably he fight right into Crawford hands, his fighting style,
yeah,
but
yeah,
that'd be a good one. That'd be another good test for Terrence.
yeah. Now I've also heard that both Charlo brothers are supposed to be back very soon. The one Charlo brother who moved up to 168, damn nice little knockdown by Chris Eubanks right now. Got him a nice little knockdown. Guy's up, looked like a flash knockdown. He's all right, but anyways, back to both Charlo brothers in 168. I heard he is fighting again against Boo Boo Andrade. They've made a fight with each other.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Which
nice little.
one? Jamel?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to say he's the oldest brother, the one that was at
Oh,
160.
Jamal. That's Jamal. Jamal is the
Yeah,
oldest brother.
yeah, the one that was out for almost 2.5 years and then
Oh
came
yeah, that's
back. Uh,
Jamal. That's
Yeah,
Jamal.
yeah. Yeah, about Jose Benavidez in that fight, in his last fight. But he's supposed to be back in the ring against Boo Boo Andrade, I want to say before the end of the year. And then I've also heard rumors that the other Charlo brother will also be back at 154. So we can, he's been talking about fighting. Well, Tim Tszyu's been talking about fighting him for a really long time.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
a fight that we could possibly get going. Or is it too late for that fight, you think?
Nah,
You think?
hell nah, that ain't too late. It ain't too late. It
So you
ain't too
think it
late.
would be a good fight for Charlo to come back to, or do you think he should warm up against somebody, then
Man,
go
fuck
how
that. These boxers been fighting their whole life. They don't need to warm up. They warming up, sparring in the
Okay,
gym.
okay, I
Fuck
like
that.
that.
That's an
Get
excuse.
straight
Like
in.
like Shakur said, that's a fucking excuse, man. Been
Yeah,
boxing
yeah,
y'all whole life. Ain't no excuse on ring rust. I don't believe in none of that shit. I could believe in all right being out for a minute and when you getting your feet wet during training camp. Yeah.
yeah,
But ring
yeah,
rust after you've been training and shit, it shouldn't be no ring rust because that's where you breaking all your ring rust at. It's in that gym, practicing, training every day. That's where the ring rust come off at. So if you
yeah,
got ring rust, you just ain't got it no more because you've been doing this your whole life. It's like you've been riding your bike or your whole life as a kid.
yeah,
How the
yeah.
fuck you gonna be like, oh, I got bike rust. I can't push the pedals like I used to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Come on.
he said I got
Make it
bike
make
rust.
sense.
My
Yeah.
legs don't work like they used to. Oh
Oh
shit.
my leg! I need a tricycle now, ma. Fuck
Oh
out
shit.
of here! Come on, man.
Okay,
So, so I don't believe in that ring rust shit, man. I
okay.
really don't. I really don't though, big bro. I really don't. Now,
I
as you
like that. I
coming
like how
back and
you
you
put it
now
like
you
that.
coming
Like
back and you sparring
yeah,
and you
yeah. You're
got
sparring,
ring
you're training.
rust.
You have a training camp for a reason, and that should
Right,
like when I hear
right,
I agree. Now that
my
term when guys come in saying ring rust, I'm going to call bullshit because
right.
like you
My
said,
point exactly.
you've been
My
doing it
point
your whole
exactly.
life, and then you have a training camp. You're sparring other guys. There shouldn't be a such thing as you should be breaking the ring rust off there in training camp. If you
Yeah.
have, you should break that off there in training camp. So yeah, I like what you're talking about there. I like how you put that. But yeah, so
And,
Charlie will straight come back straight for a guy like Tim Tszyu if you really want to prove a point. That's a fight we've been wanting to see.
oh, I would love to see that. And you know what makes me want love to see that? Because how he did, not only how he did, what's my boy, man? From Detroit, man, that beat Charlo. to be
Oh yeah,
Jamil.
yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Tony
Yeah,
Harrison,
Harrison.
how he did Tony Harrison, and how he was looking before the cut in Findor. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I would love to see that fight. I would love that. Would be a good fight to be exact. And that's what, because
yeah.
the 154 class right now is like welterweight,
Bro, it's
like how welterweight was a
uh,
few years back when you
yeah,
had
lightweight
Sean
division.
Porter, Keith Thurman, Danny
Yeah,
Garcia, Adrian Bronner, uh, yeah,
yeah,
Keith Thurman, all these guys. So
yeah, yeah,
that's what I'm getting from now. Cause guess what? Cause now 154, anybody can come in 154 just like it was 147. It might be a motherfucker that just pop up out of the blue, like Ugas. He popped up out of the blue and won
yeah,
him a title. So you got shit that's going on
yeah.
like that right now on 154 that make me be like, yeah, 154 is the weight class right now. That's
Be
the
like we
class.
talking. You got guys like Charles Conwell. You know,
Yeah,
Xander Zayat,
yes,
Tim
yes. We
Ortiz.
ain't even naming
I mean,
these guys that
Virgil
people don't know.
Ortiz. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean these guys that are in the shadows just waiting for their
yeah,
opportunity. 154 is an amazing division, and it could really help out the 160 division within the next couple of years because I could see some of these guys going to 160. 160 needs some talent, some guys that are going to fight each other actually,
yeah.
in my opinion, because it's got some talent at 160, but these guys just aren't fighting each other. You got Shabazz at 160, you got Eubanks at 160, who we're watching now, who just got a win tonight. Uh, Nice little win tonight. You also got Janabek at 160. You got Carlos Adames at 160. So you have some talent there. You just got to get these guys fighting like the welterweight division. You got the talent with Boots, with Barrios, with Brian.
Norman.
You got the
Yeah,
talent there. You just got to get these guys fighting each other.
yeah.
In my opinion, man, you can't have the talent and it stay stagnant and the champs not fighting each other. I hate that. You know what I mean?
Right. You cannot have a candy store and not sell the candy.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, even Canelo at the super middleweight is giving guys opportunity to fight for a title. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean, like going down that list of guys that won, 68. Then okay, anybody who's not named David Benavidez, I'll fight you. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, so
Right.
I hate to see stagnated divisions. I think that's the worst thing for boxing. But that's where an overall committee would really help boxing out. If you had an overall committee looking over this type of shit, you wouldn't have any stagnated division. Like I feel like the 135 division is becoming stagnated because these champions are not fighting each other right now.
Yeah.
Even at 135, and then we're getting guys coming up from 130 to fight 135 guys. That should not be happening, man. Uh,
Yeah.
you should be having the champions fight the champions. If you got, I know Top Rank and PBC don't do business well with each other. So, but I think, a committee would stop that stupid shit from happening. You would be able to have somebody step in and say, look, this fight has to happen regardless. If you don't want to do business with Top Rank or you don't want to do business with PBC, it doesn't fucking matter. You got to
Right.
make these big fights happen. You can't have stagnated belts out there. You know, what I mean, champions not fighting other champions in their division. It doesn't make any sense.
Right. Right.
Big
Right
Spank,
on.
you got any other news for us, my guy?
No, I'm gonna say some shit. We're gonna keep the spotlight on today so we
Yeah,
can, when we come back, we can pop our shit, how we pop our shit with the recap. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't really got nothing because I got shit for Monday. But I am kind of salty that Shakur is not fighting today. But I'm kind of happy because I would have missed the fight probably
Man.
due to
Yeah.
my circumstances. So, uh
Well, no, you would have caught it according to what the fuck I'm seeing right now. I mean, what we're about to see. I mean, this main event should be coming up way before fucking 5:45. I mean, the
oh
co-main
yeah,
event.
yeah, yeah. So I'm about to tap in then.
Yeah, so now I got to
Yeah,
go on my bourbon and box and apologize to people on Facebook that
yeah.
the information I received is not right. And these fights, I thought it was starting at 12 o'clock, man. They
Yeah, that's
always
why
start
I was
at fucking
telling you.
12, man. I
That's
should
why
have
I
went
was
with
telling you,
instant.
bro. Like he ain't
Yeah,
fought, but I'm like, man, I seen Ben Whitaker, man, because
boxing scene, you guys, you fucked me over, guys. Sporting news. Come on, man. I depend on you guys to bring me good information. I depend on your information, man. You brought me bad information. The fights did not start at 2 p.m. in the US. They started at 12. Learn your
yeah,
times. Fuck.
yeah,
Now I missed the fighter I've been wanting to see, Ben Whitaker. Been wanting to see that guy. Yeah, I mean, keep seeing highlights of him. I was like, dude, that's my most
Yeah,
anticipated fight, and I
yeah,
fucking missed it. Like,
yeah,
what the
yeah,
like? Damn, I'm
yeah.
sitting in my
Cause
house.
I,
Like I said, it wouldn't let me start until 2 p.m. anyways.
yeah,
So
cause
the fucked
when
up.
I
So
when I when I woke up and I seen your message, I'm like, damn. I'm like, cause I'm like, damn. Did he start the show, or was he saying he gonna start it at 2? Cause da 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 da. So I
yeah,
went
that's
on there real quick just to see, cause I always go see like, damn, did it start? Cause remember we missed it, like when we missed the Dula Mason that one time. I'm like, man, he
yeah,
fought
yeah, yeah,
already, bro. Like,
yeah,
so
yeah,
so I went.
exactly.
So I went on there. I'm like, damn. I'm like, damn. I wanted to see Ben Whitaker. I wanted to see him. So when
Yeah.
I, so when you was like, nah, he ain't fight. I'm like, bro, you sure? Like, I no, I just seen highlights of him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you know if he won that fight?
No, I don't even know, man. I'm gonna have to go look it up. My boxing scene usually has the results, but not till after the whole card's been over with.
Well,
I'll look.
I'll probably see it. See, that's why Instagram is good, bro. I'm trying to tell you, you gotta.
Google did Whitaker win his fight? We're gonna find out.
I'm gonna send you.
Whitaker and Cameron, 33, were each awarded a 58 to 57 score, with a third ruling at 58 to 59
Damn,
draw,
draw.
resulting in a split decision
Split
technical
decision.
draw.
Yeah, it ended in a draw, so he got a draw.
Mm,
So I don't know, man. I wanted to see him fight. That sucks, but
yeah.
yeah. And you were saying Instagram. What about you? Got our Instagram site up? Maybe get our site up on Instagram, man. I had to
Hold
change.
on.
I
No,
got to
no.
change my
Pause,
name on
pause.
Instagram.
Excuse me, y'all. I was gonna wait till we get off the show, but I'm about to get on his ass now because we need to link up. He stood me up. We was supposed to have lunch.
We was.
So I got a 3-day weekend
Okay,
next week.
okay.
And I'm also off Monday and 3-day weekend might be better. I could pull up on you. Or we could meet up. We can even do the show together live on a Saturday. If it's some
We
big
need to,
fights
but I
this
got to get
weekend.
my dungeon right. My dungeon, like I got a leak down here, so it's got like
Oh
it's my
yeah,
dungeon.
yeah.
You're gonna
Okay,
be
yeah.
down here like, what the fuck, man? This
But
is
now
really
we could definitely but I wanted to say like we could go kick it, go out to lunch, go chill, and put our goal plans down for the show. You know what I'm saying?
fucking A, bro.
'Cause-
Fucking A. I'm 100% with that, man. I've been thinking forever, like, bro, we got to link the fuck up for
yeah, it's
sure. And
easy.
yeah,
Now it's more easier for me now. Cause
yeah, yeah.
I give you the schedule once we get out of here,
Well,
off of
I'm,
here.
I'm
But
doing DoorDash instead of 1883 now. So yeah, I'm doing Dash on the side as my second job.
okay,
Yeah, now so it opens me up to where, and my other jobs have me off on Saturday and Sunday. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna take that as long as they give it to me. You know what I
yeah,
mean? No, until I think what's his name goes back to Mexico, and then they're gonna be like, hey, we need you over here.
yeah.
Our
Hey,
guy,
so you stopped the other job? Well, we
yeah,
can
yeah,
talk about that. We can talk about that off the
yeah,
show,
yeah,
off
yeah,
the show,
yeah,
off the
yeah,
show.
yeah. We'll talk about it. But hell yeah, man, you already know what to do, Big Spade, man. I don't have any other news
Man, y'all
going.
already know, man. Great people, great show. Me and my big bro, man. Bourbon and boxing. He got the cowboy hat, so you know he really on the bourbon with the
Oh,
cowboy Jeff. You know what I'm saying? He's not a Cowboys fan. He's a Oakland Raider fan.
yeah,
Don't get
yeah.
that
I'm an
mixing
Oakland Raiders
screwed.
fan, man.
Don't get
Like,
that mixing screwed. Don't get
yeah,
that mixing screwed. Notre
yeah.
Dame College is his team. Don't get it missing
That's right.
screwed.
That's right. 3:30
So
against Stanford today, baby.
so I want to say, man, just like, subscribe, comment, man. Keep going up with us. I have not looked at the subscription, how many subscribers we got. I'm not gonna look at it because when we really put this shit together, that's when I really know. Once
Yep.
me and Jeff really get together, I don't know. We've been playing around, but now we both got schedules
Yeah.
that'll
Yep.
make us interact even more. So like I say, man, like, subscribe, comment, jump on this wave, ride on the boat, man. Ride with some big fishes, man.
That's
Bourbon and
it.
Boxing Podcast. Tune in. We sometimes we just pop up. When it's big fights, we always gonna be on the Saturday before the big fight.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes
Yeah.
we gonna do, most likely we gonna do the main event. We gonna go live. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we need to also get something where we holla at YouTube and get something where we could show the fight if we pay for it on our show as we watching
That's what
it.
I'm trying to figure out too. Like, if I pay for a pay-per-view event, shouldn't I have rights to that event? I
Yeah,
think it's a lot to do with the whoever's throwing the event, like what
yeah,
kind of rights did they actually give.
yeah.
Uh, because I'd love to be able to show an event, but I know at the same time, like us showing it, like even if we pay for
It
it,
can sense.
we
It can.
showing it, it's kind of a conflict of interest, I think,
Yeah,
with other people watching because they didn't pay for it. So
yeah,
then they're, oh well, shit, you pay for it, but they didn't pay for it.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? The
yeah,
100 people that watch your shit
yeah,
didn't pay for it. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
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 I
yeah.
think that's the biggest thing with the licensing and issues stuff like that. But man, like you said, we're both on a more consistent schedule. We had to get our hustle on, man. That's just life, guys. We don't do this shit. Like, we can't be like pro box and all these. We can't be on here every day dedicating. We got real lives. We got real jobs. This is our hobby. This is what we love to do. Of course, we want to take it to the next level, guys. So if you're looking for a spot, to sponsor a show, get your name out there. We'll advertise your product. We're looking to do stuff like that. Definitely, we want to get to these gyms. We want to get on a more consistent schedule. But we both, had some life issues. That's life because that's what we do, man. This is our hobby. This is what we love to do, but we also live real life, man. We both got kids, we both got families, we both got real jobs. So we're not able to be on here every single day bringing you boxing news. And we're getting to you every week. So we hope you guys continue to tune in to us, man. Continue to spread the news about bourbon and boxing, man. Get our name out there. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboy and Spade, man. We just doing our thing on episode 82. And we thank you guys for joining us, man. Like my guy Big Spade said, it only takes one click to make it.
Stay.
We about, man. Hey, thank you guys, man, for joining us, man. I'm so happy my dude Big Spade was able to jump on here with us today. I'm gonna start it. I kept sending messages. I was harassing him. You know what I mean? I just start. I just start. I swear to God, I'm gonna start it right now. I swear on my life, it's right now. I'm pressing the button. I'm pressing the button. All right, guys, man. Thank you guys, man. Bourbon and Boxing episode 82, man. Thank you all for joining us.
Peace.